Hey, welcome to another episode of Mellow Let's Go. Today we have another solo episode. Somebody coming my way. But we have another solo episode, and I'm super excited about today because I've done 3 episodes today, and this is the third one. But I wanted to talk about choosing differently, and in the sense of being first generation, being the first of your family to do things differently, especially like going to college and stuff like that, doing that whole process and then choosing to do a different career that may not be what's expected in society, what's expected in your family, what's expected like yourself. And the reason I've always dealt with this because I've never worked a 9 to 5 job, and I've always worked like very minimum wage jobs, like a Cheesecake Factory, JCPenney, retail stuff, concert venues, stuff like that. But I have a degree. I have a bachelor's degree, and if you guys are hiring, let me know. Especially if it's a remote job, that would be amazing. But so I've always dealt with that because, like, man, I have a bachelor's degree. Like, what am I doing? And then recently I saw a reel from someone that I follow, and she was going through the same thing. Like, she has an amazing career, and she has an amazing social media following, like career and stuff. That's so she has 2 careers pretty much. And right now she has a baby, and she's like debating whether she should do social media full time or she should stay at the career that she's at. And the reason she had this back and forth was because she did her bachelor, she did her master's in this career, and it's like if she were to turn that down, it's like the sacrifices our family has done for us, the working, the wanting a better education for you guys to do social media, which in itself is like putting expectations on what life is. I don't know. It's like we have this belief of what life should be, right? We go to college, we graduate, we get this amazing job, and it's like that's what it's supposed to be. But then I feel like we live in this generation right now where we're in this period of time where it doesn't have to be that way, but the challenge is letting go of those beliefs. Like, there could be so much abundance in choosing the path that you probably deep down know what you want to choose, but because of societal expectations, because of family expectations, because of your own expectations and beliefs, we want to choose the answer that deep down we know it's not the right one. And the way that I've dealt with it is that I haven't dealt with it at all. No, it's you kind of have to be okay with like the consequences of not following that path, and maybe knowing that you're making so many mistakes along the way. Like, I probably could have gotten a 9 to 5 job and still do this, but how my journey has been, it's probably led like not working and being a lazy bum and doing pretty much like making the bare minimum to survive, and then has led me into doing this podcast. It's like, no, I have to figure out a way. I mean, I'm not making money right now, but maybe long term in the future, or like I end up getting a career, like an actual 9 to 5 job or just a job, because of what I do, because of what I'm doing right now. It's gonna lead. It's like, and then that's the thing. Like, I don't like me trying to find reasoning behind like my decision. Is that I don't mind having a 9 to 5 job. It's just the people that work there, the mission behind it. Because there's so many people who are so unconscious and who are so deep in their sleep, where they're greedy, where they don't know how to be good leaders, where the people just like workers, they don't have a good work ethic and they're always complaining. I don't want to be surrounded by, and that's probably been one of my biggest fears. But going back to like choosing differently, like we feel at the end of the day, like this person who I'm talking about, and who I'm just assuming that it's not. I haven't had a conversation with them, but there's this guilt in making that choice of choosing different. There's this guilt, like, man, I could have, in my experience, I could have got a 9 to 5 job, been financially stable, and then I don't know if you could hear my 3 bucks. I'm so sorry. And being financially stable, instead of doing podcasts where I'm not making no money, we're doing like clips on social media where I'm also not making no money, and I have no idea how to monetize it at all. And because we want to do things differently, and because we know there's a lifestyle that we can have by doing these things, or doing these things that we enjoy doing, we don't believe that we can make money out of it. But I know if we trust in the universe and if we do the things that excite us, like things are gonna start, the puzzle pieces are gonna start connecting, and some way, somehow, like things are gonna work out. And choosing that path, even though it was hard in the beginning, choosing that path is gonna lead to so many amazing things. And maybe, let's say you're not making that $100,000-$200,000 a year, but you're making, let's say, $100,000 in this case, like podcast or social media, where you're maybe making less, but you're so fulfilled compared to the life that you were living, and you're fulfilled in the point where you didn't know you could be this fulfilled and so happy, and the things that you've prioritized are the things that you've actually are doing with this lifestyle that you chose. And that's the amazing thing. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. It's like I'm choosing this path, and this path is not easy. Like choosing the path where things are different, and where you're gonna feel so much guilt, because at least with us, with first generations, with people who are doing who went to college first, and like choosing a completely different path where you're not even using your degree, it could be very scary. Like it is scary, and it's so, especially like, maybe like you already, like this person, she already has an amazing following, like she's probably making good money, but let's say compared to us who are just starting out, I could feel the disappointment in my parents, like, and maybe it's just me, my assumptions, but it's like I'm just making, like, maybe how I think about it is like, oh, I'm just making these little videos and talking about I don't know what, and like, why will people care? Like, why will people care? And how am I gonna make money out of this? But like, this feels so natural. Am I saying things that make sense? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But this feels so natural, and like this feels right, and this is fulfilling. Like being able to be in the beach, in my car, feeling this breeze in the fall, and like seeing the birds and seeing the ocean, and hearing the wind pass by and the birds and all that. It feels really nice, instead of being in a 9 to 5 where I'm in an office in this nasty cubicle where there's no sunlight coming in. Like, I don't want that life. And if this is if this is the path that and lifestyle that I choose, like this is what I want. And I know at some point, if me watching more podcasts on business, on negotiation, on social media, on how to make more money, where it's actually intentional, where it's actually useful for other people, because there's so many stuff out there that's like, it doesn't make sense, and like people are making money out of this, and they're scamming other people, where like us who want to make a difference, it's so hard for us to sell our things and actually make money, where if we're making money because it's the value that we're giving is reciprocal to what we're getting. So yeah, man, I think, like, just to, I know it's hard, especially if you're someone who's like wanting to choose differently. Like sometimes, like there's so many levels. So there's like the level, like you're doing both things, like you're both doing the both things that you enjoy doing, but I think you're getting at a point where you want to choose one over the other, or you want to prioritize one more than the other, and you're scared of making that decision because of the expectations that we've had growing up, whether it be society, family, and yourself. Then as and then the answer could be so simple. It's choosing the thing that you're more excited for, and letting the universe, letting whatever you believe in, create, like, bring more opportunities to you, because you're choosing what excites you, and you're being more congruent with the life that you're choosing. And then there's the other level where you are doing the thing, but you just got started, so you're not seeing no results in views, you're not seeing no results in monetary, you're not seeing maybe even results in yourself in like certain aspects, but you're doing a thing, and like maybe you don't have that job where you're just surviving out here. But I think what it's definitely not quitting those jobs that you have to go full time on whatever you're doing. It's more of that balance, like those sacrifices, whether it be working and then doing this when you have time available, and just keep being consistent with that. And then maybe after another year, after another 2 years, you start seeing that progress, and during that time, improving your skills, and trying to do maybe UGC, maybe trying to do collaborations, stuff that I should be doing, but I'm not. But if you're like listening to this, like, do those things. And whether maybe it's not even like social media that you're like, maybe you want a different career path. It's like talking to people who are in that career path, who are where you want to be, and like ask them, like, how did you get here? Like, what do you recommend? What do you suggest? What resources? Stuff like that. So it could help you during that progress. So you're working at that job, but you're also doing the work of being more prepared, and being more prepared where you're taking action, not preparing, like thinking, oh, should I do this? Should I? Like, no, you're doing the action. And then there's the last level where you haven't started. You're either have a job or you don't have a job, and it's like you don't know what to do with your life, and like, man, that's where you guys start doing the inner work. You guys start doing the inner work of like, what excites. And I think I'm in between those two things. But I've chosen to do podcast episodes like that. I think that's what excites me right now the most. And I'm going to a level where I want to start doing interviews again, and doing interviews in the car. But going back to the last level, at least like from what I'm thinking about right now. Again, I don't have anything planned here, but I think for me the third level would be like those who have a job or don't have a job, and then have no idea what they want to do. And then I think in there's has to be a lot of meditation, a lot of journaling, a lot of like trying to like just being in your own thought, like being in the car, looking at the beach, and like, what do I want to do? What excites me? Like right now, if money was not an issue, what would I want to do? Like, what would I want to do? And just like stay in that question, and and look back into your life. What excited me? What interests me? Was I really good at drawing? And do I want to be an architect? Do I want to be an engineer? Do I want to be a graphic designer? And then if any of those things interest you, it's like, okay, what do I have to learn to start? Like, if it's graphic design, I need to learn how to use Adobe. I need to maybe start with Canva, which is easier. Start making your own logos on like made up businesses. And it's like, okay, this sounds like kind of interesting. Or maybe like, I've seen like videos where these people improve the logos and like the branding of a business, and it's like, okay, maybe you could do that. You could start social media with that, like, oh, I'm redoing Nike's logo, or I'm redoing Disney's logo, or I'm redoing a small business logo, like whatever it is. And then you start making videos out of that, and then also get a job. If you don't have a job, get a job where it's like, whether it's like minimum wage job, or like me, I'm like babysitting, I'm doing being a substitute teacher, I'm working at a concert venue, and it's like all of those add up into hours, and like it makes me pay my bills at the end of the month. But I know at some point I don't want to be there. Like, I don't want to work 40 hours just to get $500 a week. Like, there's no way that like it doesn't make sense to me. There's no way life is about that. And I want to make more money, but at the end of the day, like, money is a byproduct of the things that you're doing, and how congruent you are with the beliefs that you have So I need to work on those beliefs. That's like that. And then therefore you should also work on those beliefs. Do you have resistance? Like, why do you have resistance? Why do you have fear in doing certain things, in getting started? Maybe you have to start going to therapy. Maybe you need a different perspective. Maybe the people you're surrounded with are not helping you. And something I've heard recently is like the reason, or one of the reasons like you grow, or like you have this progress, or you have these amazing results, is like the people that you're surrounded with. So maybe you gotta start surrounding, and I know I need to start surrounding myself more with people who are doing the thing and who have gotten there. Because like I think like because we're so, like, most of us, or whoever's like listening to this, like most of us, we grow up with, or we right now, even right now in the present moment, we don't see people who are doing the thing and who are passionate about the things they're doing, and it's really hard to believe that making podcast episodes is gonna make you money, or doing social media is gonna make you money. So it's really letting go of those expectations and knowing that you are more, like, if this is the path that you want to take, or if this is the path that you think right now that it excites you, like, know for sure that the universe, whatever you believe in, is gonna help you. It's gonna help you put those pieces together in order for you to do this thing that you're passionate about and also make money. But we also got to do the inner work, do the work of changing our beliefs, doing saltos cuánticos, healing like parents relationships with your mom, with your dad, and even like past generations, like grandparents and stuff like that. And know that at the end of the day, like, you at some point you have to let go of those limiting beliefs. You gotta believe in yourself that you're more than capable of doing those things, that you're more than worth it, que te lo mereces, and know that whatever you do is gonna have an impact in others, gonna have impact in whether it will be with the people that you're surrounded with if you're putting this out there, like, with hundreds of people, with thousands of people. So yeah, there's another person look at me. It's so scary. But yeah, don't be afraid of making different choices, of doing things differently, because just doing things differently, you're already inspiring others to do things differently as well. And that's also an amazing thing. And you inspiring others is going to inspire yourself, and it's going to keep wanting to do that thing that you're excited about and that you're passionate about. And even if you don't know what it is yet, know for sure that at some point it's gonna come, and we're gonna figure it out. Because I don't know the purpose of this podcast. I don't know if this is what I should be doing, but right now this is what feels more naturally, and I'm really excited to meet amazing people and have them in my podcast, and get them and have an interview with them, or just have a conversation with them where it's funny, where it's deep conversations, where it's this back and forth of laughing and like, okay, this is like really deep, like we might start crying. But yeah, to conclude this episode, thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for listening. Please remember that you are more than worth it. You're more than worth having that lifestyle that you want. You just gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta trust this amazing universe who wants the best for us. And yes, we're gonna go through ups and downs, and there's gonna be obstacles and challenges, but we got this. We got this. We just gotta remember that. Remember who we are, who we're meant to be, and start doing the thing. Start doing the thing. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, all of that. And if you're watching on Spotify, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, put that 5-star review, leave a comment on Spotify. And with that being said, have an amazing, beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.